I'm Cassandra.
And we are still reading His Nerd, um, by SirEllious. We're on
And
Oh,
we're
sorry.
sorry.
No,
No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. We're in chapter 16. I was gonna say, and we're Wattpad woes.
Oh yeah, that's our name. uh,
And yeah, so chapter 16.
yeah. I think we're like right at the halfway mark now.
Okay.
So, um,
Yeah, it's starting to get good.
yeah, I know halfway through the book. So, um, quick recap. There wasn't really a whole lot that happened in the last stream or the last couple of chapters. Uh, did she?
Until the end, right?
Yeah, it all happened in like the last chapter or so.
Yeah.
Um, she, so she went to meet Hunter's parents,
Right.
and we were introduced to his younger sister. And I'm kind of just realizing like she has a really weird way of like describing how people look at her. Like everybody's piercing with their
Mm-hmm.
gaze,
Mm-hmm.
which is like, obviously a really intense way to look at somebody. And it's kind of creepy, but then they're nice.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, maybe she's kind of like me, where for a long time, and I still hate it. I hate it when people look at me, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want people to look at me. And so, whenever I'm like, I teach violin and viola, right? So, when
Mm-hmm.
I'm meeting a student's parents, for example, I always feel that way. That just like,
That they're
they're
just
just,
bearing down on you.
yeah. Yeah. And but it's like, even, um, but just like strangers that you meet, at like you go out somewhere and I don't know, you just talk to a random stranger or whatever, or an
Mm-hmm.
employee working somewhere. Sometimes I do feel that way. And it's probably just me because I kind of have a phobia of people looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's like, I wonder if she just doesn't like the attention. And so it makes her feel, yeah,
Yeah, that could be. Um, but anyway, that
because
was
she is
just
a nerd.
yeah, and she also hates attention.
Yeah.
um, and then while she was at their house, this really bizarre scene happened where, because I like rewatched our last stream because I kind of forgot what happened,
Hmm.
and
I should have
Hunter
done that.
just like does a complete 180 and
Hmm.
throws her into a dark room.
Literally.
Yeah, and it's like, first of all, like, do they just have a torture chamber in their house? Because it was dark, there was a lock, and it had one flickering light above
Oh, I
the
forgot all that.
above her. And there was like no description of the rest of the room, so I'm just imagining an empty interrogation chamber.
Right.
Um and then he even though he had already established that she is not allowed to tell anybody that they're not together, he like starts
Hmm.
yelling at her like, you can't tell my parents that we're not together.
Yeah, and she wasn't even doing anything before that. Like there
Yeah,
was no indication.
they were literally eating dinner,
Yeah,
and
that
then
that
he
was
did
it.
that. And
And
then
it
he
go ahead.
she's like, "Oh, what are you going to do if I do tell them? Are you going to bully me? I don't worry, I'm used to it." And then he does another complete 180 and he's like, "What do you mean you're used to being bullied? Like,
No
you
one should
shouldn't."
have to.
Yeah. Nobody should be used to that. And then he hugs her and she's like, "Oh." She's like falling in love.
Yeah, she does. She does say at the end, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm falling for him.
No, that was at the end of the party scene.
Oh,
But she was
wait.
still like, "Oh, there's nothing more I want than to be in his arms right now." Like
Wait, she
literally,
says
and
that?
yeah.
Oh,
And
I
then like
forgot.
because in 5 seconds earlier, he pulled her into a room so hard she fell down and hurt her
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
So, um, that
For those
happened.
who
Oh,
haven't been following along, we only do this like once a week.
yeah.
So it's really hard to remember sometimes, especially when the book uh doesn't have a lot of interesting moments in it, but
Yeah.
it's hard to remember like what happens from time to time. So
Yeah.
our
So,
apologies.
um, we also have our videos archived on YouTube. So if you missed a reading, um, they're under the same name, Wattpad Woes, on YouTube, and you can catch up or see what you missed. I
And
haven't. Oh,
sometimes,
sorry.
oh, go ahead.
I haven't uploaded the last stream yet because it's still on Twitch,
Okay.
but it's downloaded and I'll upload it once it gets deleted.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
And
Oh,
I
go
was
ahead.
going to say, we're not sitting next to each other right now, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We're in the same state, but very far away from each other. So we can't see when the other one is about to start talking. So
Yeah.
there will be a lot of interrupting unintentionally. I was going to say, though, and Rachel does these fun little drawings.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, if we feel inspired by a really funny or weird scene that we come across,
Mm-hmm.
she will interpret what that looks like. So those are fun little gems
Yeah.
throughout.
I'll try and do one this time. I didn't do one last time,
Yeah.
but there wasn't really anything that I felt like I could do or would be funny.
Yeah.
So, um, anyway, to end off our recap, um, they went to a party, and of course, you know, Hunter, being the player that he was making out with Jessica, her worst enemy, in a nice little Mean Girls scene.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Wow. I really forgot everything.
so anyway, that's where we're at now. Um, right after she runs out crying, and
Mm-hmm.
that's when she realizes the very last sentence says that she's falling in love with him. So that was a nice little cliffhanger. That's where we ended, and that's where we're starting now.
Yes,
So
with chapter 16 called Breaking Hearts.
yes, um, and I started the last time. So if you want to start, you can, or I can start again. It doesn't matter to me.
I'll start.
Okay.
Okay. And here's the quote at the top, as always. For me, there are neither locks nor bolts. Whatsoever I desire is mine. And here, this is uncommon. We start with Hunter's point
Mm.
of view. Okay. Liam and I had arrived at Declan's house early to help him set up for the party. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking kind of quieter. We started by pushing the furniture back against the walls in the living room. This allowed us to make space for a dance floor and a place for the speakers to be set up. In the kitchen, I helped grab drinks for tonight and place them on the island and shove them into the fridge. Liam had wandered off somewhere like usual. He gets out of helping, so it was just Declan and I. Out of nowhere, Declan's voice fills the silence. Hey, Hunter, how's it going with Ava? You know, the clock is ticking, don't you? I groan. I
Mm.
really don't want to talk about this.
So they're all
I,
in on it.
oh, yeah. Uh, I know I had made a bet, but I wasn't so sure anymore, and I wasn't sure that Drew was going to let me back out of it now. So Drew is the one he made the bet with, right?
Okay. Yeah, I forgot what his name was.
Yeah, because there's like Declan and Drew,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because I got them. Yeah. Okay. Ava was so different compared to the other girls. It's going well. My
Okay, you
voice
can't see
indicated.
me, but I literally just rolled my eyes.
uh, my voice indicated that the subject was finished, and I didn't elaborate with my answer. It wasn't something I wanted to talk about with him. After we had finished setting up, I jogged up the stairs to take a shower and freshen myself up before the party is to start because I still need to make a good impression at the party. I have a reputation to uphold. After getting dressed in a pale blue shirt and blue skinny jeans, I, I was ready to head downstairs. By 9, the party was getting in full swing, but I couldn't find Ava anywhere. Maybe she just wasn't going to come. What is wrong with me? Why was I always thinking about her? Oh, the way
Oof.
her lips pulled in.
Ugh.
That was the way
Oh,
her
you know
lips pulled
what?
into a smile.
Let's
What?
remind everybody what Ava's smile looks like. Here's a
Oh no.
little. Here's a.
Wait. I want to go back to the screen share. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I need to pull it up. You can keep reading. Oh, hold on a
Oh,
second.
okay.
What the hell? I don't. It's asking me for a pin number. I don't have a pin. Uh, okay. Um. So. Oh my
Should I
god.
keep reading?
Uh. Hold on. I've almost got it.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what he's. Uh. This is the smile that he's thinking about. This beauty. Oh, I guess I should. Well, what the hell? I don't know what I'm doing. It's on this. It's on the stream. I can't figure out how to get it on Discord without ending our screen share.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's okay.
but everybody's seeing what he's smiling or thinking about.
Yeah. That was way back from like the first or second stream.
Yeah. So
So,
that's what what you have in store.
yeah.
And
Okay. Can I keep going?
yes.
Okay. The way her lips pulled into a smile. Shaking my head, I walked outside for some fresh air. She was invading my thoughts, and honestly, I wasn't sure how to feel. I can't seem to get her out of my mind, and it's frustrating. Mm. Sometime later, my boys came out, and Liam handed me a beer. Grateful, I took it and downed it without a second thought. This is what I needed to help me get through this night. Not before long, I had downed more than a few drinks, and my head was buzzing slightly. I think one of them had slipped vodka into one of my drinks because I wouldn't be this tipsy otherwise. I wasn't a lightweight. Out of the corner of my eye, I see this stunning girl stride outside, followed by another girl. Before you start scolding me, it's my girlfriend and her best friend. My eyes widen in shock of just how gorgeous she looks. My mood instantly picks up at the sight of seeing Ava, and I no longer feel tipsy. She looks so stunning in her white lace dress. I just want to kiss her and show her off to everyone I know because I feel proud of her for stepping out of her comfort zone.
Um.
Okay, who is this guy?
I
This is
know.
not,
This is not Hunter.
no. I mean, granted, he's drunk, but
Yeah,
it's
I don't know.
like,
I just I think it's so funny that that he says that looking at her makes him sober.
oh wait, where does he see? What does he say
Well,
that?
when it says it's that he no longer feels tipsy at the sight of her.
Oh, yeah.
That's such an insult.
I
uh,
guess.
I don't know. I would feel insulted that I just make somebody not be drunk anymore.
No, I can understand it. Cause like, yeah, because if you see someone that makes you like gives you butterflies
Uh huh.
or makes you like snap out of something, because it's like, oh, it's that person that I get really nervous around or whatever,
Uh huh.
or have feelings for. I think I can see that happening for sure.
Oh. Well, I took it the other
Um,
way.
what's also funny is I just remembered, how he comments on her white dress.
Uh huh.
Do you recall that she's wearing like a white dress and white
Oh
shoes?
my god.
Like she's
Yes.
all white.
I
It's
remember
we
that.
we were talking about how awful her
Yeah.
outfit was the
You know
last
what?
time.
I wonder if that's supposed to be like a metaphor for her purity.
Oh.
Probably not, because I don't think
Oh,
the author would even consider that.
I was just gonna say, I
But
hope that's not what they were referring to. That's weird.
yeah.
Um,
But you know what? She
anyway,
also matched Hunter in light blue shirt and light blue jeans, which sounds horrible. Also, I just hate when people have the same color shirt and shoes or shirt and pants.
oh
It
yeah.
bothers me so much. I don't understand.
Well, but what do you do when you have blue jeans? You can't wear a blue shirt?
No, you can wear a blue shirt. It just can't be the same shade of blue.
Well, he didn't say light blue pants. He said light blue shirt and blue skinny jeans.
Oh. Well, still.
But I agree. If it like was the same shade as the jeans,
Mm-hmm.
that would be a no.
Okay, well, sorry. That was a tangent that nobody asked for.
It's okay. You want to read? We're about halfway through
Sure.
almost.
Yeah. Yeah, I can just finish it. There's not that much left.
Okay.
Oh, I think my roommate just got home.
Okay.
Sorry. Um, okay, who knew she had those curves on her? Smiling, I walk over to her, not giving anyone else my attention. Even though from the corner of my eyes I see girls trying to catch my attention, but batting their eyelashes at me and sticking their chests out to see if I will notice their stuffed bras. It's not what I want right now because Ava is all that is on my mind.
Oh,
Coming
this
at.
is making me sad because it sounds like, what happened at the end of the last chapter,
Mm-hmm.
like, isn't the route he wanted to go. And, like, they were probably going to have a really good night, you know?
Yeah. Just like in Mean Girls.
I'm
Lindsay
not.
Lohan runs away,
Oh,
and then the boy is like, "What the hell are you doing?"
yeah.
This is just like Mean Girls. Okay. Sorry. Anyway. Um, Coming at her from behind, I pick her up and swing her around like a little pendulum. I hear her giggle slightly before I set her back on her feet carefully so she doesn't fall over. I'm so glad you could make it, sweetie. By the way, you look stunning. She smiles that stunning smile of hers, but it doesn't quite reach her eyes as her lips speak words that shock me. Well, thank you. You don't look too bad yourself, babe. I see her cringe slightly at using the word, but I never expected her to call me babe. I smirk slightly to hide my disappointment that she doesn't feel comfortable with me yet. I turn back to my friends who have followed me over. What? I turn back to my friends who have followed me over to their eyes, hardening slightly, and I know what they are saying. They put smirks on their faces to hide the fact that they aren't exactly happy with me. What? Are you still
I don't
there?
know what they're saying.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
here.
Sorry, you were very quiet and I thought I lost you for a second.
Oh,
Um that was a weird sentence. My attention
yeah.
back on Ava, I see her cheeks are flamed red and I can't help but think she looks adorable. What the hell is going on? Sitting around with my friends is natural, but having Ava here was better than anything.
What?
What? I think this is the alcohol talking. This is
Yeah.
not Hunter.
No.
Having my arm lightly around her slim waist felt so right, yet like I had so felt so right, yet like I had to be careful not to break her as she was so fragile. Okay. Remembering what the guys had said, I get up. What did they say?
He said, like, I thought he meant he knew what they were saying. You know what I mean? Theoretically, but not literally. So
Uh
he
huh.
did know what they were saying? Like he could actually hear them?
Well, if you could actually hear them, then why not add. I don't know. This is very confusing. Uh. Okay. Remembering what the guys had said, I get up and excuse myself to go get drinks for everyone and to allow myself to think clearly. I planned to get drinks once I had dealt with that asshole that is Drew. I couldn't let him near my princess. What?
Oh,
I found him.
wait. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
I'm
found
just
him
reacting.
in the hall pushing Jessica against the wall in a full-on makeout session. I roll my eyes as I grab the back of his collar and yank him and slam him into the wall. My fist connects with his face over and over again. He aims at one at my stomach, but I dodge it and let him drop to the floor. What? Seething in anger, I drag him towards the door and shove him out before any more damage can be done. I look down at my hands and see the blood and the bruises starting to form over them, and I know that it wouldn't go unnoticed. Well, so much for not So much for talking to Drew. What? He was going to talk to him? I'm
Uh,
so confused.
he never said that specifically. He said he was just gonna deal with him. It's probably just the alcohol.
Uh, I don't know. I feel like I'm drunk reading this. I walk back into the hall to see a shaken up looking Jessica stood there. I ignore her and try to go to the kitchen to get the drinks that I was meant to get and to also wash some of this blood off my hands. Her twig like fingers wrap around my arm, the false nails slightly digging into my skin like claws. She's transforming. I clench my jaw and turn to face her. She pulls me closer and pushes me against the wall, pressing her body into mine. I start to struggle and push her away, but stop as soon as I hear her words. Keep moving and I'll tell your little plaything your secret. The words were so small, but they held so much power. She pushes herself on me even more, and I grab her waist to stop her and hold her in place. Her lips draw near mine, and I feel nothing. I'm bored, and I'm not even hard. She doesn't make me feel that way anymore. Her lips connect to mine, and it's forceful. I push her away from me, not giving a fuck of the consequence, because Ava has a right to know the truth. I should never have accepted this stupid bet, and I know it is going to hurt her, but it is for the best. Turning around, my heart drops out of my chest as I see the familiar white dress and brown hair whip out the front door. Cursing under my breath, I throw one last look at Jessica, who has a smirk on her face, before rushing out the door after Ava. I guess she had a feeling she would find us. Bitch. I run out of the house and see her sat in the car crying her eyes out. Knowing that I have made her feel that way kills me and just makes me want to do whatever I can to fix it. I want her to know that I don't like Jessica, that I want her to be with me, and I don't know how I can show her. I feel like shit and I don't know what to do as I see Lily enter the car and my princess drives away from me, guilt gripping at my very heart breaking into. Huh? Okay, whatever. So,
Once again, a chapter that has been rewritten. I don't know how.
man, I want to know what the original looked like.
I was just gonna say that.
Um. Okay, well, I guess we can.
Oh, stop. Sorry, I've got an ad playing.
Oh, it's okay.
How do I get it to go away? Shoot. Oh, there. Okay.
Okay. Well, that was like a complete 180.
I wonder if he'll be back to his old self
I don't know.
now. Or if being drunk made him realize how he really feels. Oh,
Hmm.
no. Technically, it's your turn to start the chapter. But if you don't want to, because you just read a lot, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't care. This is another short-ish chapter, so you can start and then I can finish it, whichever one. Or I
Okay.
can start and you can finish. I don't care. I guess I'll start.
Why don't you read like 4 or 5 paragraphs or something?
Okay. All right. Chapter 17, Wishful Thinking. Quote at the top. Oh my god. Quote at the top says, "Stronger than the lover's love is love's hate, and curable in each the wounds we make." Okay. The pain hurt. Wow. Imagine. And hate filled me, and yet I felt nothing. I was so empty. It was like I was just a shell of the person who I used to be. All trust and feelings I had towards Hunter were broken. He destroyed them, destroyed me. The image of Jessica's lips on his were replaying over and over again like a broken vinyl. I was beyond the point of sanity. My rules. He ignored me. He couldn't even keep it in his pants for a month. It never came out of his pants.
That's true.
Who the hell does he think he is? I'll tell you who. Hunter fucking Black, that's who. I know I was not as innocent, but trust me, those feelings I had for him have been wiped clean. My feelings have been shattered, piercing my heart and letting the blood flow until I died of hurt, shame, and embarrassment. The tears were a never-ending stream that cascaded down my face. My face was as puffy as a puffer fish, and my throat was as dry as the Sahara Desert.
Oh.
Man.
Oh, man.
The drama. She's really improved her dramatic writing. I'll give her that.
Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'll go down. I'll do the down to the Jughead.
Oh, okay.
I had cried all the tears in my body, and yet they were still flowing down my face like a waterfall. I was a mess, but I didn't care. He had ruined me perfectly ruined. Ugh. It was ironic, but it was my own fault for falling for someone like him. He even told me not to, and being a nerd, I should be smart enough to know, too. Or at least to have listened. I never do. I was mad at myself for even liking him more than a friend. They think I'm smart. Trust me, I'm just as dumb as all the others when it comes to boys. Needing some Netflix therapy, I haul the laptop towards me and log in with Lily's email and password. Oh, for Netflix, okay. Before watching some episodes of Riverdale that I have yet to catch up on. I had tried to ring Lily, but she must be at work as I couldn't get a hold of her. She'll ring me later anyway. Okay.
Jughead and Betty are such a couple, but it was still a fresh wound, and they just plunged a knife deep into it. Slamming my laptop shut, I run downstairs to grab a load of popsicles. Here we go again. Because this is what I needed to make me feel better, and maybe it's even time to get the Ben and Jerry's out as well.
Uh-oh. You know it's bad when she gets Ben and Jerry's.
You know what's going to happen, maybe? Is like the last time he's going to show up at her house after she's got like all the popsicle sticks and the
You know what?
Jerry's.
She did say in her rules that he has to give her ice cream. I wonder if he's going to bring her some ice cream.
Oh, maybe. Okay. I had received multiple text messages from Hunter, but I ignored them all. He had even tried to call many times, so I just turned my phone off for good measure. I needed to feel just the slight glimmer of hope that this will get better and that I will not feel like this forever. I was doing my best to ignore the constant stab at my heart, but it wouldn't leave me alone. It was like a constant headache on my heart, causing it to break with each thump. Everything felt right with Hunter, even though I didn't know much about his past. Even though I knew he had bad things, clearly from the warnings I was given. I knew I should have listened to everyone else about him. I still wanted him, and I was clearly an idiot for thinking he would ever want someone like me. A nerd when there were people like Jessica who would flaunt their long legs and wear clothes too small for them. She was beautiful and stunning, and everyone wanted her, or they wanted to be her. The pain bubbled in my chest, suffocating me as more tears flowed freely down my face. Everything was replaying, and I can't believe I actually fell for him. I reached for my phone and turned it off so that I can block his number, so I don't have to read the text he keeps sending me telling me how sorry he is. I needed to be able to move on without him dragging me back. Oh no, it reminded me of Oh, she misspelled it. So it's supposed to be Dua Lipa, but the author wrote Dua Lips.
Her evil twin.
Yeah. Rules, and I was going to live by them, except I was never going to end up under him. The thought made me blush before I scolded myself for thinking such thoughts and looked at my phone waiting for Lily to phone. I really needed her. I had debated whether I should go down to the Delizioso Cibo Italiano, or the name of Lily's parents' restaurant, but I didn't want to go and cry in front of everyone. They were like my second family, and I really didn't want to worry them, though the food would have been great. Finally, after 5 minutes of agonizing pain, my phone lit up with Lily as the caller ID, and I answered it straight away. Hey, bitch, what's up? So I told her everything. I know she was there at the party, but I never did tell her what happened, just that I wanted to leave. And being the good friend she is, she didn't ask a question. She knew I would tell her when I was ready. I told how I felt and what I saw when I went back to the house. I even told her that we weren't even dating for real and how it was just a scheme to get back at everyone and how stupid it seems now. Did you just burp?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was hoping maybe I could get through one stream without burping.
Well, I know you too well. It didn't really obviously sound like one, but I'm like, I
You
bet
knew.
that's what it was. Yeah. She listened patiently and didn't interrupt me at all. Finally, when I was finished, she spoke in a careful tone. Well, if he can't see how great you are, then he doesn't deserve you. But maybe you should talk to him to try to work it out. If you like him as much as you say you do, you'll try to work through things. Also, I hate you for not telling me you guys were never really together because you could never tell. It looked like you were both were madly in love with each other.
What?
Mm,
Okay, that doesn't really make sense to me.
no. Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. Well, do you want to keep reading or do you want me to finish it so you can start the next chapter?
Oh, you can finish it.
Okay. Um okay. I gasped. How could she use the L word? There was no way I loved him. However, what she did say made sense, but I was too stubborn to listen to her. Maybe I should get his side of the story before I make a final decision. Lily, I'm not going to talk to him just yet. I need time to heal or at least stop crying. Okay, look, I've got to go. Love you. Talk later, bitch. Bye, love you too. With that, she hung up, and I was left alone with my thoughts once again. You know, for just a second, I thought he was changing. That maybe, just maybe, he would actually return the feelings that I had for him. Excuse me. And there's the signature yawn as well. I guess it was just wishful thinking. How could he ever want someone like me when there are girls out there that look like Lily and Jessica? With a newfound determination, I was going to dig up every scrap of dirt I could find on Hunter and figure out why he was so dangerous and why he is such a cold person towards other people. There has to be a reason why he is like this, and I am determined to find out even if it kills me. Pulling my laptop towards me, I start looking through his Facebook page, but there doesn't seem to be anything there. No recent photos. It seems like he barely uses this page. Maybe he has a different page, but I couldn't find anything. Moving over to Instagram, I can tell it is used a lot more, but again, there's nothing I can use there either. Most of the pictures are of him getting drunk or him in the gym showing off his muscles. Groaning in frustration.
Flags.
You do the same thing.
What?
Don't you? I've seen you, like,
No.
do gym pics.
Oh, well, for one thing, if I ever do that sort of thing, it goes on my Snap or my story where it's temporary. I've only posted one gym pic, and that was when I hit a PR. Thank you very much.
Oh, well.
And it wasn't like posing. I was like at the top of my lift.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well.
But what I'm talking about is the guys that like
yeah, I know what you mean.
posing pictures all the time and flexing and all that stuff.
Yeah. Groaning in frustration, I go back to Facebook and look at his tagged photos, and that's when I discover something interesting. There seem to be a few pictures of Hunter stood next to a girl. She's of average height, with mousy brown hair and the biggest smile on her face. Hunter also has the biggest smile on his face, while he had his arm around her waist. I haven't really seen Hunter smile like that at all, and it was surprising that this was him a couple of years ago. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. It's not. It's only 6 o'clock for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The girl wasn't tagged in any of the photos, which was annoying, but I had a feeling it has something to do with why Hunter is the way he is. From the photo, it is clear to see he is in love with whoever this girl is, and I need to find out all I can about this girl, as she was the key to unlocking this massive secret.
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh, I've got another stupid ad video.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I decided I'm gonna order pizza. So while you're watching an ad, I'm gonna put in my order.
Okay. Uh,
And you can go ahead and start eating. I'll listen along.
okay. Where are you gonna order from?
Papa John's.
Nice. As you should.
Yeah, their stuffed crust pizza is really good.
I've never had it.
I think it's new.
Oh,
It's so good. That's what I'm gonna get.
I'll have to try it.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Chapter 18, Broken Trust. Give a man a mask and he'll show you his true face. I'm not sure. Okay. For the rest of the
What?
weekend,
Okay.
that's what,
I
that's
kind of
what
just.
my brain.
uh,
I okay. For the rest of the weekend, I did nothing. I wallowed in self pity. My mom was barely at home, but it's a good thing because even though she's a nurse, she can't mend my broken heart.
Aw.
I didn't want her to see me in this state and worry over me because I hadn't even told her that I was dating someone. I haven't heard from Hunter since I blocked him, and I'm glad for it. The pain is still there, but it's slowly, very slowly healing. I haven't left the house for 2 whole days, and I have shrunk back into my old self of a nerd. I was no longer the girl everyone didn't recognize, or the girl that was Hunter's girlfriend. I was back to being me, a nobody. Monday rolled around, and to say I was dreading going to college was an understatement. I lay in the safe haven of my bed, rolled in the covers like a sushi, or like sushi, and I had no plans to leave the warmth of my bed till Lily burst into the room looking frantic and a bit like a psycho. Her hair was sticking up in all directions, resembling a bird's nest, while her clothes were creased in places and her face was all blotchy and red. I stifled a laugh, but I couldn't help it. She looked ridiculous. It was nice to know that
Excuse me.
she that she could make me laugh even though I felt shit about myself. She had a maddened look etched upon her gracious face. That's weird. And that's when I lost it. Through all the sadness and heartache, she still managed to make me laugh. It felt good to laugh, and it felt good that I knew I could always count on Lily to always make me feel better. This is why she is my best friend. She always knows how to cheer me up, and for that, I'll always be grateful. I hated reading that paragraph. That made my brain hurt. She joined in with my laughter till I was nearly crying while she pulled stupid faces at me. Okay, this scene is weird. What I've got pictured in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, the laughter died down, and I rolled out of bed and gave her a big bear hug, to which she hugged me back twice as hard. She broke the hug first and pushed me back to look into my eyes, and I knew exactly what she was going to say.
I'm in love with you, Ava. I'm a lesbian.
No,
Yes.
Ava. Ava, you need a shower because no offense, you stink. And then I'm going to make you look stunning so he'll regret ever letting you go. I smiled weakly at her, but did not argue, as I knew she was trying to make me feel better. I nodded my head and walked across the small hall to the bathroom and turned the shower on. After a few minutes, the shower heated up, and I stepped in gratefully. Washing my hair with a mango shampoo and scrubbed my body down with some cheap body wash. Hat was meant to smell like strawberries. Glad to finally get all the dirt and sweat off my skin. Uh, um, you're starting the next chapter.
Huh? Yes.
You're starting the next chapter. Okay,
Sorry, I'm still working on
so
ordering my pizza, so I don't know where we're at right now.
okay, I'm about halfway through, but I can just finish it.
What?
I can read the whole thing.
Hold on. What paragraph are you on?
It's the paragraph that starts with sighing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do this one.
Do how much?
Um,
Just read like a handful and then I can
yeah,
finish it.
I'll do like 4.
Okay.
Okay. Sighing, I stepped out of the shower and wrapped my big white fluffy towel around me and made my way back to my room. Lily was sat on my bed, her appearance now back to normal, and she was texting on her phone. I shake my head as I walk past her and grab some underwear from the drawers. I think it's supposed to be drawers. After slipping them on underneath my towel, I turned back to Lily, who was waiting for me. She had now moved to the wardrobe where all my clothes were hanging aimlessly, or chucked at the bottom because I couldn't fit any more in. Opening it, she gasped a little, but got stuck in the. God. Sorry. Opening it, she gasped a little, but got stuck in straight away and started rooting for some clothes. I didn't feel comfortable wearing the clothes he had bought me, but I had no others as I got rid of them all. Finally, after 5 minutes, we had an outfit sorted for me, and I must admit I was a little nervous to wear it. Okay. It was a short pencil skirt that was navy in color and had navy lace over the top, paired with a simple white tight fitted crop top and wedges because they were easy to walk in. I was beyond nervous, but I must admit I looked good. The wedges helped to give me more height and make my legs appear long, even though they weren't.
Well, yes, that is what heels tend to do.
Lily quickly pulled my hair up so I had a half up, half down style and pulled out some of my baby hairs to frame my face and applied some mascara and lip gloss before we were rushing out the door so we wouldn't be late. I just
So
prayed
she
oh
Go ahead, read the last sentence.
I just prayed I wouldn't have to see either of them. Either of who?
So that's what she's wearing to the first day of college.
Huh?
That's
Is
that's
that what
what
she said? She
yep.
said what?
Yep. I thought she was going out.
Hold on a second. Where does it say that she's going to college?
So it's like at the
What?
it says Monday rolled around and to say I was dreading going to college was an understatement.
Excuse me? When did she even graduate?
You
What?
know, I
What?
I thought that I had just forgotten that they were in high school, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't I thought maybe I must have forgotten that they were in college or something instead of high school. But I was right. So that she was in high school. Okay. Yeah, I guess
Huh? So, um, I really don't understand what's going on.
I guess they get one weekend break and then college after
But
they
it hasn't
graduate.
even been a full school year.
I know, or they
It's been
didn't
3
even graduate
weeks.
yet.
It's literally been 3 weeks.
Oh,
Um,
I don't.
okay. Oh, hi, Hermes. Okay, I don't understand what's going on. But I think, you know what? I think we need to just turn our brains off.
Yep, just read it. Just
Read it as
accept
it
it as it
is.
happens. Yep. Okay. So that was 4.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want me to finish?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, my luck ran out. However, when we reached the car park, I love sentences like that. Oh, everyone was whispering and looking at me, and that's when I knew they knew what had happened. People were shoving phones into their faces, and I was getting confused as to why they were laughing. I marched over to a group of kids and snatched the phone out of their hands while Lily told them to shut up. Wow, that's awfully bold.
Mm-hmm.
Displayed on the phone was the night of the party, and more specifically, it was the kiss between Hunter and Jessica. The angle shows that it wasn't Jessica that filmed it, but she properly got one of her minions to do it for her, most likely part of her plan all along. It showed Jessica coming in for the kiss, but you couldn't really see Hunter's face, but you could see mine and how I stood there with tears in my eyes before I legged it out of there. Then the video cut out. The caption was, "Looks like little Miss Nerd isn't so smart after all."
Ugh.
I felt something drop in my stomach, then snap. I threw the phone back at the kids before I stormed to where I could see that bitch standing. I don't know where this newfound courage had come from, but I might as well use it against her to defend myself. I was sick and tired of her treating me like I was the gum on the end of her shoe. I wasn't going to take it anymore.
Oh my god. Okay. That just reminded me. You remember that analogy she made about gum?
Oh, um,
Where she
yeah,
was
I'm trying to remember.
she was like uh this piece of gum that doesn't fit in
Oh,
was walked on so often that it is part of the floor now.
right.
And she compared herself to the piece of gum.
What's with her and gum?
I don't know. I guess she just really likes it. Like she liked that table.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, let's see. Standing right in front of her, I glared into her eyes. With these wedges on, I was nearly able to look at her in the eyes. She simply rolled her eyes and sneers at me, her classic bitchy look. "What are you doing here, nerd?" I smiled sweetly at her before answering in a sickly tone, whatever that is. "Someone told me to go to hell. At first, I couldn't find it, but then I realized all I had to do was to find you."
Oh wow, that was a
Oh, how
sick
clever.
burn. Sick burn.
She growled at me before stomping foot like a child. "How dare you say that to me, you bitch? Take that back." Her voice came out high pitched, which caused me to cringe slightly. Oh, my ears were so going to hurt after this. "Look here, Jessica. There was a time you
Ugh.
used to scare there was a time you used to scare me and I would avoid you at any cost." Are you reading along?
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
This
but
is
I've
such
had
a
a
this is so bizarre.
but I've had enough of you treating me like,
Shit. Oh, that's why you asked. Okay.
yeah. I am still a person and I won't let you do that to me ever again. You're just a sad little girl who has a jealousy problem and I'm so done with you. So, no, I will not take back what I said. Have a nice life. She stands there with her mouth hanging open while I walk away with my head held high. No more hiding, no more letting people use me as a doormat. I will stand up for myself because I deserve better. As we walk past her, I hear Lily mumble "slut" under her breath, which I know Jessica definitely heard, and makes me smile as we walk away and head to the school doors. Walking down the corridor to my locker with Lily by my side, everyone turns to stare at us. Some people look shocked, while others have admiration in their eyes. I guess.
Excuse me.
Oh, please. Bless you. I have already heard about what went down with me and Jessica outside. Not many people stand up to Jessica, and when they do, they burn in hell. Finally reaching my locker, I slump against it as the adrenaline from my little confrontation with Jessica slowly starts to disappear. Panic grips at my throat, but I push it down. I don't regret what I've done, and she had it coming after everything she has ever done to me, to Lily. After putting the key into my locker, I pull it open.
Excuse me.
Inside it is a single white rose with a note pinned to it. Two words were written on the paper in fancy cursive writing: "Broken trust." Hmm,
Huh.
that's an interesting end.
Yeah. This this feels like in a completely different book than what we were reading last week.
Yeah, yeah.
Very strange.
Everybody's changing.
Yeah. So, let me okay, I need to go get my credit card so I can order my pizza.
Okay.
I'm gonna put up a be right back, and I will be back in a minute.
Okay.
Entertain the people, Cassandra.
Oh, okay. So I'm really bad at this. And when Rachel listens to this later, she's probably gonna laugh. Um, so 2021 is off to an interesting start, right? Not much better than the year before. But I hope you guys are doing well, anyone who's listening. I'm about to start, I'm doing my master's right now, and we're about to start the semester again in a week. And I'm also an assistant to a professor, so the year or the semester hasn't even started, and I'm already behind on prepping everything for everybody. Um, it's really stressful, and I don't want to do it, but just a year and a half left. I hope you guys are enjoying this. It's a really funny book. It's a lot of fun to read. Last week I was at my husband lives in Illinois while I live here to finish school. But I'm back at my parents' now.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
is
back.
she back?
Yes, I'm back.
She has returned.
Yep.
Thank you. I was just talking to myself.
Yep. My roommate just got back from
I could tell.
break.
I figured you weren't saying that stuff to your cats.
No. And I wanted to say hi to her and offer her some pizza.
That's your cousin, right?
Yeah. So, okay, let me put this back on. Okay. So, chapter 19, heartache. I'm starting this one, right? Are you still there? Hello?
Rachel?
Hello?
Rachel?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Could you not hear me?
No, I heard you saying Rachel, but I didn't. If you were talking to me before that, I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, that's weird. I was talking.
Oh, what were you saying?
No, because you heard me, like, right when you came back.
Yeah?
Okay.
Well,
I'm
did you
confused.
hear
I don't
me?
know what you didn't hear.
Did you hear me ask if it was my turn to start?
Yes.
And you
And I
didn't
said
say
yes.
I didn't hear you say yes.
Oh,
So
maybe it's just my internet connection.
maybe. Okay. Well, I'm finishing putting in my credit card information. So give
Okay.
me just
A convenient stall. You
Yep.
planned that.
No, I didn't.
I'm just kidding.
Oh. Okay.
You know
And
what's funny?
what?
Do you know who Corpse is?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. I don't want. I mean, I don't like. I've heard of him, and I've heard that one song that he made.
Uh-huh.
But I don't like watch any of his videos.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know how he's like a faceless YouTuber, right?
Uh
It's like that's kind of what we are.
huh. We're Corpse?
Nobody knows what we look like.
Oh my god! Except the people in our real life.
Well, yeah, but it's like, if anyone does ever listen to this, it's like, you always like attribute somebody's voice. You like imagine what they look like, and I just have to wonder what somebody would think that we look like.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
would kind of
interesting to
wonder
me.
that too, because I feel like my face doesn't match my voice.
Same. Like not you, but me. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Well, let's keep going.
All
That's enough
right.
stalling.
Did you order your pizza?
Yes, it's on the way.
Okay.
I'm tracking it on my phone. Okay. So, chapter 19, heartache. The spirit you seek in the water is only a reflection of yourself. I stare
Deep.
at this single I stare at the single rose that held such a big weight that fell on my heart. Those two words had such a deep meaning. Time stopped itself as I just gazed in fright at the words that had such an effect on me. My breathing became shallow and in quick bursts. It's from him. It has to be. Who else would send me a rose with two words on it that could affect my heart so much? It wasn't likely to be Jessica, not unless she was deciding on pranking me, but I doubt it as I can't see any cameras filming me. Spinning around, I do a sweep of my surroundings to check if anyone was watching me, but there wasn't anyone even glancing in my direction. I turned my attention back to the rose and glanced at Lily, who was still at my side, scarily quiet. This was a shock because Lily's never been at a loss for words before. She's always got something to say, and she isn't afraid to speak her mind. That's one of the things I love about her. She's never been afraid to give me advice and tell me if I'm in the wrong. She is staring dumbfounded at the single rose clutched in my hand. I smiled at her reassuringly. I know what she probably thought was a trick or some mean prank just to try to get back at me for stealing Hunter away from Jessica. The thought had crossed my mind that maybe this was Jessica. Didn't she just say that?
Yeah.
Ugh. That she was trying to mess with my head, my heart then again. What? Okay. That she was just trying to mess with my mind and heart then again. She's not that smart, nor is it her style. She prefers to humiliate me and capture it on her phone so she can post it everywhere on social media. I'll do 3 more.
Okay.
I take Lily's hand in mine and pull her towards me, embracing her in a hug. They're lesbians. It doesn't matter who the rose is from. It only matters that I have Lily by my side to help me through it, because when love breaks your heart, your friends are there to pick up the pieces. That is why Friends were created.
Friends.
I place the rose back in my locker carefully so I don't ruin any of its beautiful petals while I grab the rest of the books I need for today's lessons before slamming my locker shut and walking away. I don't need to carry the rose with me as much as I want to. The Three Musketeers didn't make their appearance of a show today, which means they must have skipped school today. I sigh in relief that I won't have to see his smug face and that damn smirk that punctures my heart.
Although, if they're not at school, then I want to know who put the rose in my locker. And for that matter, I want to know how they got into the locker, as you'd have to get a key, and I keep the key in my bag at all times so I don't forget it. Well, since Hunter and his friends, know the teachers and bribe them, apparently, I'm sure I don't know. Heading into my first class of the day, I sit in my usual seat at the front because, yes, I'm a nerd and I like to take notes. That's so cringy. The classroom is empty when I enter the room, and I have to leave Lily as she has a different class. Oh, on my desk, where I usually sit, there is another white rose. There is another note with this rose, too, written in the same delicate handwriting. Written on the plain white paper, it read, "I'm sorry." After this rose, it was clear who it is meant to be from. Whether it is from Hunter has yet to be confirmed. I ignore it. What?
Those two sentences together are so contradictory. It was
Which
clear who it was meant to be from, but whether it's from Hunter has yet to be confirmed.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
I ignore it. Oh, I ignore it because I need to focus on my class as more people start to file in. Quickly, I shove the mysterious rose away before I get questioned by my fellow classmates and take my seat. After class was finished, I had a free period. I decided I would head to the library for a little alone time with the books. Oh, don't go there.
Nope.
I smile at the thought and make my way in the direction of home. What?
I don't know.
Okay. Lily has a lesson now anyway, so I have a whole hour with the fantasy world to dive into and get lost in. So I guess the library is in the direction of home.
Or maybe is saying that the library is her home.
Oh. Oh, that's a very astute uh theory. Um, Arriving in the library, I head straight for the back, where all the comfy beanbags are. Settling down with Jane Eyre, I start reading. I was instantly sucked into the time of the Victorian era. Time flies by as I'm following Jane's story. I was completely oblivious to the world around me. It was only when a book was slammed shut did I jump from the from the Victorian era back to the cruel, real 21st century world. Before me stood a small, lanky boy that I had never seen before. He was tall with a skinny figure. Yes, that's what lanky means, genius. With shaggy blonde hair and brown eyes. In his hand, he held a rose like the others I had received with the notes. Is he stalking her? Hunter?
I
I
don't
was
know.
shocked. I didn't even know the boy. Why would he be sending me these roses? He held it out for me to take, which I did, smiling at him before he left. The note was longer this time and sang, maybe said, wipe that shocked look off your face, princess. It's not him. I'm sorry, but you need to hear my side of the story too. Please be in the canteen for break. Hunter. To say, oh, I start the next one, right?
Unless you want me to.
You started this
Yes.
one, didn't you? Okay, you finish the chapter.
Okay. To say I was shocked was an understatement. Are you trying to me that his writing is that neat? If I didn't
Are you trying to me that your writing is this bad?
if I
Sorry.
didn't what? If I didn't, it would mean I was lying to you guys? If she didn't what?
To, saying that she was shocked was an understatement. I don't. That's
Uh
weird.
It was beautiful, and I had to admit I was jealous. My handwriting was actually not the neatest, which for a girl is weird, but a nerd, even weirder. Ugh!
I knew that was going to go to a comment about
Ugh!
being a nerd.
My god. You know what? We got a little break from the nerd when she was fake dating, but now
I
they're
know.
back in
She
full
needs to get back
force.
with him.
Yeah, please, as fast as possible. I guess it is because my brain thinks too quickly for my hand, which causes my hand to write in a frenzy. Unnecessary. I wasn't even sure how to feel about this note. On one hand, I didn't owe it to him to see him anyway. He broke my heart. Even if I hadn't fallen for him, he still broke one of my rules. On the other, he deserved the right to explain, right? At least I should know what his motives were. There are two sides to every story, and I knew that better than anyone. Grabbing my book and placing a bookmark to mark to mark the place where I was, because folding the corner is treason. I grab it and place it in my bag. You don't have to
That I agree with.
Okay, but you don't have to explain why you're
No, I
putting a
know.
bookmark in the book.
I know.
Oh my god. Getting up and leaving the library, I head towards the canteen as it was break now. Break spelled as in like a
The car
car
break?
break, yeah. I need some answers, so then maybe, just maybe, my heart will be able to rest in peace.
I'm sorry.
Upon
Oh,
entering, I notice that most people are looking at me and whispering, but I hold my head high and head over to Lily, who is sat back at our original table. I walk over to her and take a seat. I didn't feel like eating, as I know I will be facing Hunter soon. I get out my book and start. Sorry. I get out my book and start reading again, as I know Lily won't mind. She's too busy on her phone anyway, texting away. She's been doing that a lot recently, and I wonder who is on the other end.
Glenn.
5 minutes later, there are whispers, and the canteen has gone rather quiet. I look up from my book and turn around to see Hunter stood behind me. That's creepy. In his hand is a massive bouquet. of white roses. I feel my breath hitch in my throat and my heart rate pick up as he utters those 2 words. 2 words that make my walls shatter to the ground. I'm sorry.
Say
Okay.
it like that.
Huh?
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. Did it not sound dramatic?
It sounded weird. Okay. All right, now they're gonna fall in love and get married.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got another stupid ad. You get ads, or did you pay?
No, I don't get ads because I think I'm on the. I think it's because I'm on my computer
No.
instead of on my phone.
Okay. Come on. Yeah, laying in my bed and reading makes me so sleepy. I mean, duh, but
Yeah.
okay. Chapter 20. Right. Okay, Rachel.
Oh, sorry.
No, 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 no.
Um.
No. I'm gonna point something out to you. I
Oh.
look at the first word, not in the quote.
Oh.
Doesn't that like confuse you at first?
Yes.
I think it's just supposed to be I.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to say that because we have to read it exactly how it's written.
You haven't been doing that.
I have. Have I not? I've been
No,
trying
because
to.
sometimes when they miswrite a sentence or a word or something, your brain corrects it and you just read it as it was supposed to be. And I
Oh.
do that too.
Well, I'm trying to read it exactly how it's written.
That
Um.
so your brain is probably just correcting it subconsciously or something.
Yeah, probably.
But it sometimes gets tedious pointing out every single mistake because there are so many.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes I don't point it out. Um anyway, so
Okay.
chapter 20, round 2.
Okay. You know, there's only 9 chapters left after this one.
Oh, really?
Do you think we could finish it tonight?
Uh yeah, for sure.
If they're all short, I think we can. I definitely think we can. Um, let's see. We've already been going for an hour,
Oh my gosh.
and we've gotten through 4 chapters. So,
Oh, maybe not. I
um,
don't know.
well, we'll see. Am I
Okay.
supposed to be
Well,
starting this one?
no, 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 it's me.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought I was starting.
That's okay. When is your pizza getting here?
Uh, on the Papa track, it still says it's being made.
Okay. All right.
So,
Round 2. A man's real possession is in his memory. If nothing else, he is rich. In nothing else, he is poor. I stare at him. I stare at him, not knowing what to do. I was confused about how to feel. For one, he had hurt me and had broken one of the rules. On the other hand, maybe he deserved to tell his side of the story, and maybe I deserved to know too. I could feel the piercing gaze, there we go again, of everyone in the room on us. No one uttered a word. I was overwhelmed. It was a very sweet gesture, and I could feel my heart swell with happiness, but I couldn't let myself be happy. I couldn't let him make me happy, not after what he had done. I just felt so conflicted with myself. This is like a Hallmark movie. I looked around me at everyone staring at us, waiting to see what I would say. What do I say to him? I hate holding things against people, but what he did was so wrong. I turned to look at him. There is pain and desperation in his eyes. He looked so lonely, so hurt, and I felt something in my heart swirl for him. The hope and fear of rejection were there. I could see it, but I wasn't sure it was enough to forgive and forget what he had done. Just let him explain.
uh huh.
Ugh. This is what I hate about Hallmark is that the girl or whatever, like, they, because they completely misunderstand something, they just, no, just shut everything down, the whole thing down. This is
Mm-hmm.
over. Like, not even going to give you a chance to explain. I'm going to take a plane across the country and I'm never seeing you again. It's like, please tell me people don't do that in real life. Like I can't stand that.
Yeah.
Anyway, however, didn't he have a right to tell me yes why he did what he did?
Didn't
If
we
he
go over this
didn't,
already?
if he didn't, I still have a right to know why. I came to my conclusion. The silence that swirled around us was deafening. You could hear a pin drop. I rose to my feet, looked at him, and let my voice overtake the silence so it wouldn't consume us like a tidal wave. I will talk to you because I need answers, but that doesn't mean I forgive you. My voice shook slightly, but I held his gaze so he knew I was serious. I could see the look of disappointment on his face at my words, but nonetheless he nodded and passed me the bouquet of rose, which I took with care, trying not to touch his hand. More importantly, to try not to damage the beautiful flowers that I have been presented with. He guided me out of the canteen with his hand pressed against my lower back, and I could still feel everyone looking at us. As soon as the doors closed behind us, the roar of noise from behind us was deafening. He guided me down the hall and into one of the empty classrooms. All right, I'll read like four, 4 or 5 more.
Okay.
Closing the door, I walked further into the room and placed the bouquet delicately on the table because they were beautiful flowers. Yes, you've said that I wanted to keep for as long as possible. Hearing the door click shut, I turned around to face Hunter, who was stood near the door. He took hesitant steps toward me. I felt my nerves spike as he came closer, and I took 2 steps back unconsciously. He saw my movement and stopped in his tracks. Hurt flashed through his emerald eyes before it vanished, and I wasn't sure if it was there at all. Instead, his face was now emotionless and showed no sign that he really cared at all. Princess, please let me explain what happened. I didn't kiss Jessica, okay? She pinned me to the wall and kissed me. I didn't even kiss her back, and she only did it because you were there. I don't like her like that, okay? I don't even find her attractive. I know she wants us to fight so she can have me back, but I don't want to be with her. I want to be with you. I'm really sorry it ever happened, and I hope you can forgive me. I shook my head. He can't be serious. You're only sorry that I saw what happened. However, let's say what you're saying is true. If she pinned you to the wall, I'm sure someone of your talents wouldn't have trouble pushing her off. I mean, look at you. You're built of pure muscle. I put quotations around the word talents. By the end of my rant, I had raised my voice slightly, but he didn't even flinch. Okay, you go.
Okay. I am telling you the truth. I couldn't push her off because she threatened me, okay? His voice was almost pleading, and it almost broke my heart. Almost. What did she threaten you with? My curiosity was clear as I asked him the question. My voice was stern because I needed answers before I could start trusting him again. There was hesitation on his face. Why do I keep yawning? And I knew it was a long shot for him to tell me, but if he ever wanted me to trust him, he would need to start being honest with me. I can't tell you, not yet at least. It's not something I share with just anyone. But I'm not just anyone. It hurt, of course it did. But I didn't have a right. But didn't I have a right to know? I'm not saying that I'm saying, okay. I'm not saying that I'm saying that if I tell you, you might just leave. Wow. I will tell you, but not till I trust you completely. I nodded my head in understanding that he didn't fully trust me because I didn't fully trust him. Oh my god. So the feeling was mutual. I could respect that because there were certain things that I didn't want to tell him either. So I'm supposed to start the next one. Do you want
Mm-hmm.
me to just finish it and then you start the next one, or
Sure.
okay? Um, where was I? Okay. My mind whirled around the girl that I had found on his Facebook, but I bite my tongue to stop myself as I know he wouldn't answer me. For now, some things are best left unsaid. I'll get my answers eventually. I grabbed the roses that are
Wait,
laying.
wait, wait.
Oh,
I thought you said I was going to finish this one and so you'd start the next one.
oh, oops.
Oh, did you say the other way around?
I said we could do either one.
Oh, I'll just finish this so that you can start the next one.
Okay.
Okay. I grab the roses that are laying on the table and grab the door, pushing it open before walking out into the silent hall. With Hunter behind me, I felt like I needed some time alone to think over everything that he had said and if it was even the truth. I couldn't just accept what he had said. I had to think things through and make sure that I was making the right decision. Saying my goodbyes to Hunter, I walked in the direction of the ladies' toilets. Passing my locker, I tried to see if I could fit the roses in, as I didn't want to have to carry them around with me all night, but the bouquet was too big. Sighing in frustration, I grabbed the other roses that I got and placed them carefully into the bouquet, as there was no point leaving them in the locker when I had to carry all the others with me. I slammed the locker shut in frustration and marched my way to the toilets. Pushing the door open, I made my way into one of the stalls. I placed the flowers on the toilet seat with the lid closed and leant against the door before locking it behind me. I just needed to relax and think things through. Whoops.
What?
Okay. Oh, hang on. I okay.
What's happening?
Everything. No, it's okay.
Oh,
I can't explain it.
okay.
Everything was a bit much right now, and I'd had enough of Jessica making me look like a fool. If what Hunter was saying is true, then she had gone too far. It was time to get my own back. It was time for round two, and I wasn't going to let her walk all over me again. I was no longer going to be a doormat.
Okay. I still don't really understand what's going on.
Me either.
This is very
Um,
confusing.
I have to pee,
Okay.
but you can read, and I'll just mute myself, so I'll be listening, okay?
Okay.
I know that's kind of weird, but I don't want to miss any of it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna mute myself. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Three, two, one.
Okay. So it's just me now. So, um, okay, we'll go on to the next chapter. Uh, okay. Chapter 21 Growing Closer. It is better to die on your feet than live on your knees. Oh, we got Hunter's point of view again. Okay. I left the classroom with my head buzzing. The talk didn't go as well as I hoped. However, at least she is talking to me now and not ignoring me. That's a good thing, right? I had hoped that she would be able to give me an answer there, and then so we could have moved on, but I guess she needed a bit more time to think her options through. However, that's girls for you, always thinking and making wrong decisions. Wow. Okay, I hate Hunter officially. I kind of hated him before, but this is that makes it that was the last straw. I know I could have damaged my reputation, but at the end of the day, I need to win this bet because I never lose. Ah! Hopefully I didn't scream too loud. Oh my god, I'm so mad. Ever. I feel my heart squeeze as my ego takes over, but I ignore it. This had nothing to do with anything other than my ego. I didn't. What? Oh. Oh my god. Cassandra, I wish you weren't muted because I have to talk to you about this.
I'm washing my hands.
Oh!
Just hang on 1 second, okay?
Oh my god! Let me finish this sentence. I didn't like Ava like that, and the only thing that matters to me is winning. You just have to tell girls what you think they want to hear so you can get what they want. Ugh! Oh my
Okay,
god!
what? What? Talk about a 180.
Everything is just a 180 with this guy.
I can't believe that's the part I was muted for.
I know!
Trust me, I was reacting the whole time.
Oh my god.
Like, that doesn't even make
I
sense
mean, this
to
is the
me.
regular Hunter, but then why,
Mm-hmm.
like, make him be. Act like he was sad?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
he knows it's just his ego.
Yeah.
Wait, did you read the next part? The next little thing?
No. Um, no, I was so mad. I can't.
Well,
Okay, let me keep going. I can't let anyone hurt me again. What? All I need is a short relief. It's been
wait, wait,
eight.
wait, wait. Let me find where you are. All I
It's
need
the
is
second
okay, go ahead.
paragraph.
I got it.
Uh, where even was I? Yeah, I can't let anyone hurt me again. All I need is a short relief. It's been ages since I've given it to someone. Given what to someone?
You'll find out real soon. This is the part that I was talking
Since
about.
I've had someone begging for me. Ah! Then again, if I can't have Ava, then I don't want to do it with anyone anyway. I am so mad.
Can tell.
If she found out, then I would never win this bet. Sex is like a drug to me, and I am addicted. And now I'm having withdrawal symptoms. Ah!
Ew. Ew. Did you read the next part?
I'm craving to give it to Little Miss Nerd. Ah! I have never been so mad in my life.
I can tell, dude. I hope your roommate doesn't think something's wrong.
No, she knows I'm screaming right now.
Okay. Oh my god.
I really hope I didn't just like blow the microphone out by screaming like that.
You did. I didn't hear most of it, and then just like the little end.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It didn't hurt my ear.
Oh my god, because they were screaming.
Oh, my cheeks hurt.
Oh my god.
That was really funny. I'm glad you read that part. Oh.
I'm okay, guys. I'm just really mad at this story that I'm reading.
Oh.
Well, hopefully.
My face.
Hopefully, it's still audible on the playback. Or I guess I could just
I really
want to
listen to it now.
What part did you not hear? I can read it again. I've kind of my initial angry shock is over.
I heard everything. It was just literally the parts where you screamed.
Oh.
It like cut out like half of your scream because it was so loud. I heard the end of it. But it wasn't a word. Like I got all the words.
Okay. Okay.
I've got water in my mouth. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna read 2 more, and then I'm done with this chapter.
Retiring. Yeah.
Or until you don't want to read anymore. Okay. Then, on the other hand, I never want to see her sad, and I want to be the one to make her smile and make her laugh. Ah! I'm mad again! Today, knowing I'd fucked up scared the shit out of me, and I knew I had to do whatever I could to make sure she wasn't upset with me anymore. Seeing the pain in her eyes broke me, and the image is haunting me. What the fuck is wrong with me? That's what I'm wondering, Hunter. All these feelings are not for me, and I sound so much like a girl right now. Okay, I'm gonna mute my microphone just in case I get so angry that I scream again, because I don't want to.
But I kind of want to. But it's funny.
Okay, never mind. I won't mute it.
Okay. I hit one of the lockers to my right in annoyance and anger, kind of like Rachel when she
just now.
One person couldn't make you feel this many emotion, could they? Like you're being pulled in opposite directions and not knowing which one to choose, so you get torn in half. I keep punching the locker until it is slightly dented and my knuckles are bleeding. The sound of my fist on metal keeps me going. I hate that I feel this way. Or do I? What happened to me with her? I couldn't let it happen again. It was the worst pain I had ever felt, and I never intend to feel that way again. I feel someone's hand on my shoulder. I turn around fast enough to startle Liam, who was stood behind me. My hand was raised, ready to strike until seeing Liam's face stopped me. He looked hesitant, as he knew he shouldn't interrupt me in situations like this because he can get hurt. Sometimes I can't control my actions. I sigh and shake my head at him as we walk down the corridor in silence, not bothering to say a word about what just went down. We had some place to be anyway, and I knew we would get into a lot of trouble if we were late, and that was something I didn't want to be late to. What is it?
Oh, that's what I was just wondering.
Yeah, maybe they are werewolves.
Okay.
Ava's. Oh,
Oh, no, you can go.
oh, okay. You'll need to read the end of it though, because I'm supposed to start the next one.
Okay.
So, Ava's point of view. I stood outside in the school's garden looking for poison ivy. Why is it capitalized?
Like,
It sounds like
no,
she's talking about the cartoon
that's what
character.
I was just gonna say. She's looking for the Batman villain, Poison Ivy.
Yeah. It is known that poison ivy, when touched, causes itchiness and irritation. Wow, thank you. I had no clue.
Thank you,
If
Ava. Very cool.
if you didn't know that, well now you do. It is one of the many facts that I know,
Ugh.
having read a lot of different books on lots of different topics.
Oh my god. What are you, a botanist now? Ugh.
No, Rachel, she's a nerd.
Oh my god. I'm livid. I am so angry. Okay.
Okay. I'll just read I don't know, like two more.
Okay.
Being careful not to get any of it on myself, I took off my jacket I was wearing. Oh, I know what she's doing. And picked them with the jacket to act as a shield, as it could cause
Ah.
a rash and welts to appear on my skin, which isn't something that I want to happen. Picking just enough, I made my way slowly back to the car park, trying to look as innocent as possible. I used to be the invisible girl, so it wasn't hard at all.
Making excuse me, making my way to the car spot that I knew Jessica's car would be parked in, as she had one specifically made because she's the queen bee. I started to rub the ivy all over the car. A best case scenario is that she gets a rash from being so itchy. One can hope, right? Luckily, she had left her roof down, as it was quite a warm day today, so I could reach in and rub it all over the gear stick, handbrake, and the steering wheel, as well as the seats. It was nearing the end of lunch, and I didn't plan on missing a lesson. However, I needed to do this. While I have the guts to actually stand up for myself in a way, even if she never knew it was me who had done this. It just felt good to be able to do something to get my own back, even if it's not right to do so. After 10 minutes, I had covered the whole car as best as I could to get the best possible outcome. Sighing, I chucked what was left to the plant, making sure it was far away from the car so it wouldn't cause any suspicion, as that was the last thing that I wanted. I didn't need someone to connect the dots and figure out I had done something wrong. Smiling at my handiwork, I made my way back into school as the bell rang. Rushing to get to class on time, I barged past people, making sure that the roses didn't get damaged on the way or that I tripped over in these wedges. By the time I got to my lesson, Mr. Lowe, this is the first time she's ever named one of her teachers,
Mm.
Mr. Lowe had already started teaching. I muttered an apology before taking a seat near the back, as all the other seats were taken. Although I didn't mind because it meant that there was less attention on me, so I slumped into my chair and grabbed my bag and pulled out some paper and a pen so I could make some notes during the class. It didn't matter too much because I had already done the homework for the class and had done extra reading just in case I missed any lessons. I knew where I would be. Unconsciously, I started to doodle pictures on the side of my paper instead of making notes on the lesson. The lesson dragged on, and all I could think about was my conversation with Hunter and what will happen to Jessica. I've started to regret my decision, as I know if she finds out it was me, she'll be after me and will make my life a living hell, more so than she already does. Gulping down my nerves, I sat back and tried to focus on the rest of the lesson, taking notes and not let the guilt eat me up alive and pushing Hunter away from my mind. Okay. Well, it says that my pizza is on the way. I don't know if you want to keep reading and let me just get my pizza when it gets here, or if you want to stop. It's up to you. I really don't care.
I can keep reading. I mean, it's my turn anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I mean, it's not even here yet, but
yeah.
it just says it's on the way. It's up to you.
Um, how far away is it?
I don't know. It said that it's been on its way for like 5 minutes, and the store is not that far away. So,
Okay.
um, I don't know.
Oh, all right. Well, let's just start this chapter and try to finish it before it gets here.
Okay.
All right. Chapter 22, Football. A man is not what he is, but what he hides. To say my week went pretty well was an understatement. My prank on Jessica went better than I had hoped it would, as she took her friend home and two other boys from the swim team. They obviously had a fun night, because the next morning they were all covered in rashes, especially down below, if you know what I mean.
How does she know that?
I was just going to say. Best of all, she doesn't even know it was me who caused it in the first place, which means I've managed to get a little bit more payback at her without her realizing it. Well, for now at least. Another bonus is that Hunter has been surprisingly sweet to me since the incident that happened at the party. I can't say I have forgiven him completely, because I can't open myself up like that again. However, I am giving him one more chance to prove himself and not mess up. I know you guys must think I'm doing this for crazy and stupid reasons, but in a way, I don't want to go back to the invisible, shy girl I once was, and I'm as surprised as you guys for hearing myself say that. I feel happy with who I am. I feel free, and I have gained some amazing friends because of it, and I don't want to ever lose them.
Huh?
If
What friends?
Well, Hunter's friends, the
Well, I
guys.
guess. I don't know. She doesn't talk about any of her new friends.
Yeah. It feels nice to live this new life. It feels as if that I have been hiding behind a screen for the first part of my life, just observing while everyone else has lived the life that I only got to see from the sidelines. My feelings towards Hunter have abruptly dwindled into small embers that are no longer lit. Oh, okay. The
Huh?
fire I once held for him has gone out, and to be fair, I'm not as sad as I thought I would be about it. I knew it was just a silly crush anyway, and that meant pretending didn't have to feel so real anymore. What?
I'm.
Okay.
Uh. I think
If they go ahead.
no. It's just devolving. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, it's like it's de-escalating.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't end up together, I'm gonna be mad. I
I don't
mean,
know. I
not that
think
I like him,
it would be a
but
nice little twist to the way these stories usually end. But we still have. Let's see. We're on chapter 22. We still have one, two, three, four, 7 more chapters and an epilogue.
oh,
So I don't think it's gonna.
okay.
I think they're gonna get back together.
Okay. Um Having my feelings suddenly disappear, it makes me think that I never really liked him in the first place, and that I was just merely attracted to how he looks, as is every girl in our school in sixth form. Maybe even a few teachers. I think I also liked the attention he was given me, because I have never had that before, and although scary, it was nice for someone to like me, even if it was fake. Rubbing my eyes, I carried on with the essay I was writing to get it finished before it was due and next week. My thoughts filtering in and out didn't really help. Just because I don't look like a nerd as much as I did doesn't mean I still don't act like one. I love to get my work done and out of the way. I had to leave in half an hour anyway, as I was meant to meet Hunter at 3. It was 1. As I don't have a car, as I can't afford one, and my mom has her old car for work, I needed to take the bus to get there, as it was on the other side of town. It would take over an hour to get there. That's where all the bigger houses were situated, so it wouldn't take a while to get there, and then the buses don't go right to where I need them, so I'll have to walk a bit.
Wait. Okay. So why is she meeting with Hunter?
I was just going to say, why is Hunter not picking her up? like he always
Yeah.
did. Um, okay, I'm going to read three more.
Okay.
Finishing with 10 minutes to spare, I start packing the things that I would need to tutor him, into
Oh.
my bag, as well as grabbing my phone, keys, and some money for the bus. Leaving the house with 5 minutes to make my way to the bus stop, I took a scroll looking at everything. Stroll. A scroll. Looking at everything around me and taking in the stunning but dull sights of our little quaint town. The bus was crowded by the time I got to my stop, 10 minutes late, I might add. I was annoyed to say the least.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I had to stand for nearly 30 minutes before I could sit down with all my heavy books weighing me down in my bag because some teenagers had the feet up, taking up 2 seats. The number of times people bashed into me was ridiculous, as was being thrown about by the bus, which was stressful as I had all the weight on my back throwing me off. Having a seat to rest my jelly legs was a blessing that could have come sooner. Okay. I mean, did you have to make me suffer this much before my legs turned to mush and my breathing went out of whack? I don't know. I'm honestly so unfit. The rest of the journey was uneventful unless you count all the old couples shouting at each other. Stepping off the bus, I've never been more grateful for fresh air and open space without people around me giving me creepy looks. Being a nerd, here we go again, means I am very socially awkward, and it's not helpful when you have to take public transport everywhere, when you are trying to avoid eye contact, and yet you still manage to make eye contact with someone. Oh my god. Taking in deep breaths of air, I looked around me, trying to find the street name that would lead me to Hunter's house. I was getting a few odd
dude,
looks. Huh?
dude, you mean fuckboy way?
Boo.
That was bad.
I was getting a few odd looks from the people who were out and about, considering that I didn't live here and I did look out of place no matter what clothes Hunter dressed me in. I clearly just gave off poor vibe. Finally, finding the street name I needed, I marched down the road as I was running slightly behind, but making my way to the massive gate that guards the house, I pressed the income button and waited till someone buzzed me in, tapping my foot impatiently. The red light turned green on the little silver box, allowing me to push one of the gates open. Walking across the stones that lay on the driveway, I made my way up to the door and knocked on the big wooden door. I waited a minute before the butler from the last time I was here answered the door. He pulled it all the way back, letting me in and gesturing for me to remove my shoes. Placing my shoes on the shoe rack close to the door, I turned around to find he had disappeared, and I was left alone in the quiet mansion. Not knowing where to go, I'll go down to So Smooth. Not knowing where to go, I just stood there looking around for a sign of life, a noise to at least indicate as to where I should go. Nothing. Heading to one of the few places I knew, I made my way over to the living room and had a look around. There was no one around. I know I had been to Leah's room, but I couldn't remember how to get there. There was too many corridors and doors for me to even try to navigate myself around this house. Maybe I should just text Hunter to let him know I'm here. Or would that seem really creepy? Just imagine. Hey, I'm downstairs waiting. Where are you?
That's not creepy.
No, that's normal. Shaking the idea away, I had to wander around. As no one appeared to be downstairs, I made my way up the grand staircase with my hand running along the polished banister. So smooth. Okay.
On the first floor was a few rooms. All the doors appeared to be closed, though, and I didn't want to try to find out what was in them. However, one room had a door that was slightly ajar, so I thought maybe I could see if someone could point me in the right direction. Walking ever so quietly, I stood just outside the door and peered in. It seemed to be someone's office. There were stacks of paper on the desk and a computer. It was quite open from what I could see. It looked really nice. Finished snooping around, an angry voice boomed behind me. Jumping out of my skin, I whipped around to come face to face with the hysterical Hunter. You should have seen your face. He managed to get out between laughs. I rolled my eyes and waited for him to finish. Before I spoke. Just for the record, I wasn't snooping. I was looking for someone to point me in the right direction of, well, finding you. My voice came out firm, and I wondered where this confident girl had come from. Hunter must have been thinking the same thing, as his eyes were full of surprise and amusement. He quickly recovered, however, and shook his head at me, making a few of his dark strands to fall in front of his emerald eyes.
Mm.
Nodding his head, he indicated for me to follow him up yet another flight of stairs. Seriously, how big is this house? The second floor is where all the bedrooms are, just in case you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
He added with a wink and a smirk on his face. Rolling my eyes and shaking my head in disgust, I carried on, following in silence. The first floor is dedicated to a games room for me and a playroom for Leia. It is also used for offices for both Mom and Dad. I nodded my head in understanding. He stopped abruptly, causing me to walk straight into his hard back and fall landing on my bum. Gosh. Wincing in pain, I got to my feet, rubbing my bum slightly. I could do that for you.
Ew.
Yeah.
What is going
His
on? I thought they hated each other.
I know, and
Ah.
that they weren't really yeah. His smug voice floated through the air. No, thank you, I said through clenched teeth, laughing at my annoyance. He opened the door to reveal his bedroom. Oh. I
Uh-oh.
stepped back a little bit. I had never been in a boy's bedroom before, so this was certainly a shock to the system. I was doing a lot of firsts with Hunter, and that did scare me a lot because it wasn't even real. It,
Uh-oh.
oh no.
Uh-oh. What are we coming up to here?
I don't
Where's my
know, man.
pizza?
Also, the title of this chapter is Football. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Where does the football come in?
It wasn't at all what I thought it would be. I thought it'd be really messy and have clothes laying all over the floor. On the contrary, it was the opposite. Bed made, no clothes on the floor, no rubbish laying anywhere. It didn't even have a bad smell to it. Hunter walked in and jumped on the sofa that was at the foot of his queen-sized bed. His room was huge and had a theme of navy and an off-white color. I actually really liked it. It was quite stylish. I walked in gingerly and perched at the end of his bed. Like a bird. That's what I'm picturing.
Oh my god, hold on. Let me see if I can draw this.
Oh, yeah. Oh my
Okay.
gosh, I have an idea. You could draw him like I don't know if you could do this. This might be a little advanced. But him like sitting on the sofa, just kind of looking like, what is this girl doing? And then she's just like,
She's just in a
like on it.
caca. uh okay. This is not going to look good at all.
Okay.
But you can keep reading. I'm going to let's see, where are we?
Okay.
Uh where okay.
In the book?
No,
Oh,
I'm just making sure the screen of the book is like in a good place.
okay. Um, let me know when I can.
Okay.
Okay. He looked at me but didn't question my actions. I watched him wring his hands together before he looked at me with a slight blush to his cheeks. Princess, I was wondering if you'd like to, well, gosh, why is this so hard? I was wondering if you'd come to watch me play football this Friday. There we go. It all came out in a rush, and I stared at him unblinking for a moment. Did he just ask me to watch him play football? From what I've heard, he never asks anyone to watch him. I felt my stomach flip slightly, but that was down to my nerves, right? For starters, I didn't even know the first thing about football. What was I meant to wear? Was I
Oh,
meant to bring stuff with
hang on
me?
a second. I think my pizza might be here.
Oh, okay.
Hello? Uh-huh. I'm good. How are you? Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Sounds good to me. All right, thank you. Bye. Okay, it's not here. He was just calling to tell me that he had the wrong soft drink.
Oh, so he has to go
So,
back?
yeah, but I mean, it's not even. It's not. It's less than half a mile away. It's not far.
Oh, that's
So,
really okay. That's like how close the one is to me. It's right down the street from my house.
yeah,
Okay.
it's not far at all.
Okay.
So,
Well, this is the end of the chapter basically,
oh,
so
really?
yeah, I'll
Okay.
just finish it. Who started this chapter?
I don't even know, but you can finish it because I'm still drawing.
Okay. Um, what was I meant to wear? Was I meant to bring stuff with me? I don't even know the rules. Secondly, I'd never watched a football game in my life because it never interested me. So what happens if I get bored? I guess I could bring a book. Looking at his face that was contorted in worry, I felt a little sorry for him. He did seem nervous about asking me. That's cute. Not thinking about it too much, I nodded my head and watched his face go from worried to delighted. Great, you can wear one of my hoodies.
Okay, let me know when
What?
you're
No one.
finished, and I'll switch it over
Okay.
to my
Okay.
drawing because I'm all done. Well,
Oh, wow, that was
I
fast.
need to fix something first, but then I'll be all
Okay.
done. I'm almost done.
Okay. What? No one said anything about wearing his clothes. No, I'm not wearing your clothes. That would be cute. I don't know why she would be against that. He looked at me funny before shaking his head. Princess, we're meant to be dating, remember? Wearing my clothes while watching me play football will help us. Plus, you'll look cute. What he said made sense. I mean, how bad could it be? Nodding my head again, he smiled before laying back down again. What have I gotten myself into? Okay, I'm all done. Let me
Okay.
switch to.
Oh man, this is a doozy.
Okay. Are you going to be able to switch to Discord?
Yes, I'm gonna figure it out this time. I think I have to
Okay.
end the current. It's on the stream now. I think I have to stop, or I have to. Oh, I can change windows. Okay, do you see it?
Oh, oh my God. What? You gave her a beak.
Yeah.
That's not at all what I was picturing. Okay.
Is that too creepy? Do I need to get rid of the beak?
No,
Oh.
no, you should keep it because it'll make sense. Okay.
Do I need to draw Hunter looking like confused?
Well, that's kind of what I was picturing, but you don't have to. It's totally up to you.
I can do it real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna watch. And he's laying on a couch.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
Oh,
tiny couch.
oh no. And get his. Yeah. Good. Good. That's great.
Does he
I
look
love how one of
confused?
his eyes is just kind of like a spiral.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Oh.
Well,
Um,
what
that's a
chap?
good place to stop.
I think so too. um.
Because that way the next stream won't be like too long or too short.
Yeah.
Because it'll be 6 chapters and then we can be done.
Yeah. That sounds good. What chapter even is this?
This is chapter 23,
23.
the game.
No,
You
we're
mean the
on
new
20.
chapter?
No, we're on 22 right now. Just so that way I
Yeah, we
know.
just finished.
Yeah. Just for naming my masterpiece here.
I just skimmed the first few chapter or the first few paragraphs.
Uh-oh. Do we need to
And
go ahead and read?
no.
Oh.
It's just, the book series that I really like, The Mortal Instruments.
Mhm.
Uh he gives her or her mom gives her one of those books. That's
Oh.
all.
Oh. Okay.
So that just made me excited.
Well, oh my goodness. Okay, well, there was somebody named Zero Lemur who typed into the chat, and I feel really bad that I'm just noticing it.
Oh, what?
Um, so we had a real viewer. Hi, Zero
Oh my
Lemur, if you're still
gosh.
here. Hi!
Our first one. Hi.
Sorry,
Does it say,
it doesn't say when, but I don't know how long it's been.
what did they say?
They said they sent two chat messages. The first one says, I don't know English, but I still stay here, with a little face. And then the second one says, I'm using translator if you ask. XD. Aw.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, buddy. Hopefully that wasn't there for so long that we didn't recognize it or acknowledge it. I do feel really bad.
Well, I mean, we weren't expecting to have anyone.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Well, thank you for the engagement, Zero Lemur.
yeah,
This is a milestone, man.
it is. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, I don't know if you don't. The English that you don't know is reading, or if you know a little bit of like speaking English. Wow, I don't know what I'm saying. But
If you listen to people speak English,
yes,
do you know what they're
if you
saying,
yes, or
is
if
it
you
just,
just can read a little bit.
yeah.
So, anyway,
And
if you're
I can't,
oh, sorry.
oh, I was gonna say, I don't see what Rachel sees. I don't have that screen, so I
Yeah.
can't see any chat. So if anyone types in the chat, it's gonna be her that has to see it.
Yeah. And I'm not very good at looking at things. So,
We'll work on
anyway.
it.
Well, if you're still here, sorry that we never said anything to you, Zero Lemur. But I hope you enjoyed. And whoever's listening in the future, I hope you enjoy this chapter as well. I'll try to tone it down a little bit. I did get very irrationally angry.
It was pretty great.
Yeah.
That was definitely a highlight of the book so far.
So, well, I guess we're ending it here. This will be put on YouTube whenever I get around to it. Same with the last stream. And
like I said, we do this once a week.
Yeah.
Usually on the weekends.
Sometimes
Yeah,
it's every other week, depending on.
Well,
because you know,
yeah.
she's got her school is going to be starting back up again, and I have.
That's true.
A little bit of an unpredictable work schedule.
So, oh yeah.
It just depends, but we do usually stream either Saturday or Sunday night. So
yeah.
Anyway, I guess we'll see you next time. Bye, pal.
Yep. Bye, pal.